Hey man, hey, can I borrow your Z Fold 2? Sorry man, I have to make a video on the phone. Am I in the video too? I haven't even started recording the video yet. Will I be in the video? Nope. Can I be in the video? Nope. You think I'm gonna screw up? Yep. Maybe we should just practice. Nope. I think the video would be... Nope. Do you want me to leave? Yep. Should I come back later? Nope. Okay then, next video it is. Yep. But no. Hey, what's up guys? And this is the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 2. And I've been using the phone for the past 7 months now. And if it wasn't for the price, I would have easily recommended this phone to everyone. But nevertheless, the one thing that the Galaxy Z Fold 2 has impressed me the most is not with the performance, not with the camera, not with the build, but rather with the durability and how well the inside screen has held up against my day-to-day use of clumsiness and laziness. Now trust me when I say this, if this phone can survive in my hand, it can survive in anyone's hand. Like I have dropped this phone multiple times. Luckily every time I dropped the phone was in a case, so the phone was protected, except for the one time in the beginning where I was waiting for the case to arrive. So I was using the phone without a case and somehow the phone slipped from the table and hit the ground. So there's now a tiny bump at the bottom corner. But nevertheless, the phone has held up pretty well over the past 7 months. So the major point is durability wise, I have seen no issue at all. Now talking about the durability, I would like to put the focus on two things here: IP certification and the nature of the inside display. And over the past 7 months, even though I am a clumsy and lazy user, but even then I did manage to implement some few things that I have done consistently over the past 7 months, which has helped me avoid any kind of durability issue. For instance, I always kept the phone away from water and sand. That means I never took the phone out during the rain. I never take the phone to the beach. Secondly, I always kept my nails short because the inside screen is made from plastic and you can literally feel how soft the display is. So the other thing that I implement was I never left the phone in the tablet form with the inside screen exposed. So every time I would leave the phone unattended, I would always fold it shut, and that will keep the inside screen protected every time. So if you are planning to buy the Galaxy Z Fold 2 or the next upcoming folding phone, then my suggestion would be to implement some of these changes from the very beginning so that over time it will become naturally to you and the phone will remain protected. Now, the reason why the other feature of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 hasn't been impressive to me is the price. The Galaxy Z Fold 2 when it was launched was for the retail price of 3,000 Australian dollar. That is an ultra premium price for the ultra premium phone, and at the time of recording this video, the cheapest that I can find a brand new Galaxy Z Fold 2 is at around 2,000 Australian dollar. That is a lot of money for a phone which is getting replaced in a few months by its predecessor. And because of the price, anything the Galaxy Z Fold 2 does below the max level is an automatic disappointment. You see, when I say that the 2020 flagship package of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 delivers a performance which is fast, smooth, and with absolutely zero lag, it doesn't make the phone any impressive. When I'm using the phone, this insane speed and performance of the Galaxy Z Fold 2 does not impress me the way it should, because in my mind, I keep saying it should perform like this because I paid that much for it. So as you can see, because of the price, there is now a different perception toward the phone. Now, I'm not saying the Galaxy Z Fold 2 will not impress you at all, but whenever the phone will amaze you, the price factor will immediately kicks in and will take the excitement down. Because the phone is so expensive, it creates an extraordinarily high level of expectation. So my suggestion is, once you get the phone in your hand, try to put the price factor on the side as much as you can, even though it's going to be incredibly hard, because once the price factor kicks in, it just spoils the overall experience of using the phone. But nevertheless, the three things that I absolutely love about the phone is the inside display, the hinge, and the folding mechanism. And that's absolutely perfect for me because I never bought this phone for the specs or for the benchmark score or for the cameras or for the overall build and the way the phone looks. I bought this phone just for the folding and unfolding experience, and that has been consistently amazing over the past 7 months, and all that's thanks to the hinge and its complex mechanism. The hinge is still the same as it was in the beginning. It's firm, it's tight, it's solid, and can still hold the phone at a multiple angle. And since there are magnets on the side of the phone, so when you bring them close enough, the phone will automatically fold shut, and that feeling of folding the phone is still the same as it was when I first folded it for the very first time. It's still awesome, and sometimes I still do it just for the sake of fun. Now, since the hinge is literally the spine and one of the most important part of the phone and is the primary reason for the awesome folding and unfolding experience, for me the hinge is the MVP. And if the hinge is the MVP, that inside 7.6 inch 120 Hz folding display is the star of the show. This display is ridiculously amazing. The more I use the inside display, the more I become obsessed with how ridiculously good the display panel is. Content consumption on this display, whether watching videos, playing games, or simply browsing through the internet, has been so good that it made me very hard to believe that sometimes when people talk about the display in general, they would rather talk about the plastic nature of the display or the fact that it can fold and unfold instead of the quality of the panel in itself. Now, talking about the display, the 6.2-inch display on the outside actually has far more practical use than I previously thought. This narrow and small form factor with the aspect ratio 25:9 makes the phone so easy to use with one hand, and that usability comes so useful in the day-to-day situation. I cannot stress how useful the one-hand usability in the practical day-to-day life is. Like, I don't want to use both my hand and the big tablet form just to check my mails or make a call or send a quick text. I can use the outside screen with one hand for all the things that I just mentioned. So that's why this display is absolutely perfect for carrying out everyday non-entertaining tasks. Now, in the beginning, I never had to charge the phone in the middle of the day during my normal use, but now I have noticed that even with my normal use, the battery is hitting below 20%, even 15% before 5 or 6 o'clock in the evening. So the battery performance in my Galaxy Z Fold 2 has definitely gone down a little bit than what it was in the beginning. Now, this drop in performance in battery, I've noticed that especially after the One UI 3.1 updates. So it's really hard to give you guys the exact screen on time because of two different screens with different resolution and different refresh rate. So the simplest way that I can explain is the more you use the screen on the inside, the faster will be the battery drain, and the more you use the screen on the outside, the more it will help you preserve the battery. So I use the outside screen for the basic stuff like checking mails or picking a call or checking my notification and everything. And for the entertaining tasks like watching videos, playing games, I use the screen on the inside. So whenever I'm away from home, I will adjust my use accordingly. For instance, I will start using the outside screen more and I will limit the use on the inside screen, which will help me preserve the battery. But nevertheless, the 25-watt power brick that came with Galaxy Z Fold 2 also help get the charge quickly. So one of the major difference between the Galaxy Z Fold 2 and the Huawei Mate X2 is the Mate X2 doesn't have a selfie camera on the inside screen, and I personally agree with Huawei's decision because the selfie camera on the main screen is the least used hardware on my Galaxy Z Fold 2. Now, I get the idea that if you use the selfie camera on the inside, you kind of get the big viewfinder. But the fact that you have to use two hands to use the selfie or to do the video conferencing is just a bit too annoying for me. So I prefer to use the selfie camera on the outside, not just for video, but also for taking selfie in general. If you want to use both your hands for taking selfie or for video calling purposes, you can actually use the main camera at the back as a selfie camera by simply using the selfie button on the top. So when you do that, you can actually take a high quality selfie video and selfie, and you can use the outer screen as a viewfinder. Now, both the selfie camera on the outside and inside screen, they are average at best. Like, they get the job done, but they were nowhere near as good as the main camera at the back. And that's why even for selfie, the majority of the time I use the main camera. Now, the main camera at the back is a triple camera setup with the ultra wide, normal lens and the telephoto lens. These cameras, they are more than enough for me. Now, I'm not a photographer. I can't tell the difference between a 10 megapixel photo and a 100 megapixel photo. But the only thing that I care about is the photo that comes out from this camera. And the Galaxy Z Fold 2 takes a high quality, really punchy, sharp, and good looking pictures every time, no matter the time of the day and condition, whether it's the morning, afternoon, evening, or even during the night. The Galaxy Z Fold 2 consistently take high quality pictures, whether it's from the normal wide angle lens, it's from the ultra wide angle lens, or the telephoto lens. Now, the Galaxy Z Fold 2 also has a 2x optical zoom and 10x digital zoom. Now, I don't use the zoom camera that much, but if you're someone who used to take picture farther away from you, then this one definitely can get the job done. But overall, the camera from the Galaxy Z Fold 2 has been more than what I need in my day-to-day life. Now, since this is a folding phone and it has a massive price tag, so the majority of the time the Galaxy Z Fold 2 make headline is either for the inside display, for the folding mechanism, or for the price and everything. In that process, there are so many features in this phone that goes under the radar. For instance, that crazy fast and sensitive fingerprint scanner, which works all the time. That crazy loud and clear stereo speaker setup that makes the multimedia experience even better. That ultra premium build with that extra weight, which makes the device feel pretty solid and ultra premium in the hand. But also, there are a few things that I found really annoying with the Galaxy Z Fold 2, especially when it comes to software. Now, Samsung has definitely improved the software, especially with the One UI 3.1 update. But even then, there are a few things here and there that has been really annoying for me. For instance, in YouTube. So let's say if I want to watch a YouTube video and I want to watch it in a full screen mode. So when I go to full screen on YouTube, the phone gives me an option to rotate the device, which gives me a bigger video watching experience. After I have finished watching and when I exit the video, no matter how hard I try, the YouTube app will stay in this landscape mode even with the auto rotate on. So to make the app normal, either I have to go to the home screen and open the app again, or I have to fold the phone, exit the full screen mode, unfold the phone, and then continue the YouTube app. And because I watch a lot of YouTube videos throughout the day, so this YouTube thing is really annoying. And the other thing, which is actually not a software issue, but is actually related to the form factor in itself and have been a little bit annoying for me, is the fact that the 4:3 aspect ratio on the inside screen when you watch a YouTube video create a big bar at both top and bottom. Now, the other thing that is a little bit annoying is the fact that the phone is a little bit heavy and bulky. Now, the phone itself is not that much heavy and bulky. It's just the fact that after putting a case, which I think after spending that much on a phone, it's become a moral obligation to use the phone with a case. So once you put the case on, it makes the phone even more heavier and bulkier. So to get the insight from a regular customer how good a Galaxy Fold is, I give the phone to my wife and I asked her to use the phone for a week. She returned the phone in 2 days because for her, the phone was just too heavy and bulky and she was constantly worried that she might drop the phone anytime soon. So if you're someone who prefers thin and lightweight smartphone, then this might not be a good option for you. Like, I personally don't have an issue with the weight and bulkiness of the phone, but even for me, the weight is too much if I keep using the phone in the folded form with one hand for far too long. So the Galaxy Z Fold 2 is not a perfect phone. Like, it has its fair share of limitation and software issue here and there. And like I said in the beginning, if it wasn't for the price, I would have easily recommended this phone to everyone. And even after using the phone for such a long time, I find it hard to believe sometimes that I actually paid more for a phone than my Helio S500, which is a high-end desktop replacement gaming laptop. Now personally, I really don't regret buying this phone even though it is super expensive, and that's because the phone has consistently delivered what I was looking for, which is an awesome folding and unfolding experience. And I hope this trend will continue with the upcoming foldable, but with lower price. That's been it. Thank you for watching. Hope you found the video helpful. I'll catch you guys soon.